Alright, so hey guys, it's me, 80s444. Today, guys, I am here with a special guest here, National Team Football. You guys probably remember him from my World Cup stream we did with the kind of like the World Cup of the best non-best 32 nations. And so we're once again collaborating with each other about the Croatian national team. So National Team Football, hello man, nice to see you. Welcome back on the channel, man.
Yeah, thanks a lot. It's good to be back.
Yeah, so I'm looking at Croatia in particular. It's interesting that we're discussing about Croatia because obviously everyone remembers them for what they did in 2018. Surprising everyone reaching the final. I mean, I think many of us were surprised. Were you surprised?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the main uh, the main point was when they beat Argentina 3-0. Of course, that's when they really announced themselves as a real contender and not just the usual dark horse that never lives up to the hype.
Yeah, because I always hear that Croatia has always been a really talented team. It's just they never seem to perform, and that's always been their rhetoric, always been the talk. And 2018, they proved us wrong, and not only just making the round of 16, but they made it to the World Cup final for the first time ever in their history. So it's a very incredible achievement. And honestly, some would even say they honestly should have won it, but France were too good on the day. The talent they had.
Yeah,
So
France was unbeatable. Yeah, undoubtedly the best team in the world. You
yeah.
can't really blame Croatia too much for that loss.
Yeah, I don't blame them. I think already reaching the final is already exceeding many people's expectations for the I don't think many of them even. I don't even think many of their own fans expected them to reach the final. You know.
Yeah, definitely.
So, looking at this World Cup group, they're in a very interesting group. They're with Belgium, Morocco, and Canada. How do you fancy their chances in that group?
They should definitely be able to finish in second place. Um, I will say though that Belgium will probably clinch first place because even though Belgium, this golden generation, has a tendency to flop, they still get the job done in the group stage.
Yeah, it's generally a knockout stage where Belgium tends to struggle. It's usually a group stage they're
Exactly.
very good usually. So, um, see the thing about Croatia is this. I do agree with you in the sense that if you're going just by like football and history, like their players, they should be able to get second. It's just that this is a very difficult group. Morocco and Canada will not be pushovers. In fact, I think both of them will really test. And this is kind of like a group of death and place which team is going to get second place because I don't really think Croatia will comfortably finish second. I think it's going to be it's going to be very close. I think it's going to come to goal difference, maybe even points as well, goals for. Like, I don't think it's going to be straightforward for Croatia to finish second.
Uh, I wouldn't say it's going to be straightforward either, but I think it's the most probable position for them to finish in.
Yeah. Definitely, and although I will say that Croatia do have a lot of their veteran players retired. I think Subasic retired, Rakitic retired. I think Mandzukic retired as well.
Yeah, that too. But it's also worth noting they do have some solid young blood as well. So they're not as aging as some people make them out to be. I'm guilty of this myself by underestimating them at the last Euros. I thought they would be eliminated in the group stage, but they
Wow.
proved me wrong.
Yeah, definitely. So let's just say hypothetically, let's entertain the scenario that they do come second in the group because I don't think topping is realistic. I mean, like
Yeah, I agree.
it's not realistic. So I don't want to even entertain that. I don't even want to talk about that because it's very unrealistic. So let's say they come second in Group F, right? They'll play the Group G winner. Well, sorry, no, Group E winner. Sorry, not Group G. The Group E winner, which is going to be either Spain or Germany, in my opinion. And I'll be honest with you, I don't really fancy them in that matchup.
Yeah, me neither. Best case scenario, I think they can take the match to extra time, like they did against Spain at the Euros. But yeah, either Germany or Spain should be able to beat Croatia.
Yeah, I mean, which one do you think Croatia would do better against, Spain or Germany? Just hypothetically speaking.
Spain, since they have more recent experience against Spain. And I also think Luis Enrique isn't bad, but I think Germany are a bit better managed under Hansi Flick.
Oh yeah. I agree, and we saw how Croatia were able to give Spain a good game, like almost had to push them to the limit. So even though
Yeah,
they lost, still lost, but they still put up a really good fight. You know.
yeah. And Spain choked and showed they were vulnerable because they had a 3-1 lead and they just dropped it in the last minutes, which
Yeah.
is, of course, a negative.
Yeah, definitely, and that's very true indeed. So I think for many Croatian fans, I think they should be expecting a round of 16 exit of the World Cup. I think that's probably the furthest we can see. Like, even if let's say they do top the group, as we were talking earlier with Belgium, I still don't really fancy them either. I think really it's around a 16 exit at the very most. To be
Yeah,
honest
I
with you.
mean, and even if they win the group, they're still either gonna face Spain or Germany, so they have a bit of a tough draw, I would say. I
Yeah,
don't think they're gonna. I think they will get to the round of 16, but not further than that.
yeah. So definitely, but as I said, I mean, got 2018. They already proved themselves. So like I said, it's hard to um, continue from that because a lot of the key players retired, as we mentioned earlier. So I think now that we discussed about expectations, everything like that, I feel like now it's time to discuss about the manager real quick. So I believe Croatia still have the same manager for 2018 World Cup, right?
Yeah,
So what do you think do you think he's the man for the job?
yeah, Slatko Dalic. It's hard to argue against him. He's done. I mean, he took them to a World Cup final and a respectable Euro campaign. I don't think Croatia have underperformed under him. In contrast, he has made them live up to their full potential, which is one of the most crucial things you can hope to get from a manager. So it would be foolish to sack him right now. He is. There's no reason to. He's solid.
Oh yeah, I agree. Like if if you reach a World Cup final, then like I think that's already enough for you to cement your legacy. For Croatia.
Definitely.
Like and they're ranked number 15 in the world, so I think that's really really good to see what he's been doing. So I think you got to continue him, and you got to continue him. So I think we overall positive thoughts and not really any negative thoughts there. So yeah, let's move on to keepers now. So obviously the first choice keeper, I think it's very obvious. You can disagree if you want. I'm gonna go say Leve Levakovic. I think I say pronounce it.
That's what I was gonna say as well. Though I will say that it's not Croatia's first choice for goalkeeper isn't as obvious anymore now that Subasic has. Well, I say now that Subasic has retired, but yeah, Livakovic is what I would go with as well as the number one stopper.
Yeah, yeah, I think it's let's just say he should be first choice. I mean, looking at other keepers you have, I'm looking at the last Nations League they called up, so this is the last squad thing. So you guys can tell me in the comment section below if I'm wrong. Other two keepers, so they called Ivasic. Let me see what team he plays for. He plays for
Osijek, a Croatian team.
yeah. Okay, I see. Osijek. Okay. Then obviously we have Labrovic. He's very young, 22 years old. He plays for Rika as well. So very very interesting. And obviously Likovic, as we mentioned, plays for Dynamo Zagreb. So he's a very quality keeper there. So let's move on to I believe we should move. Oh yeah, what formation should we go with? I forgot to ask you this.
Yeah, it's they usually alternate between a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1. So deciding which of those two to use is as what we have to decide which of the two.
Yeah, I mean you're right in a sense because I've been seeing they've been using the 4-2-3-1. Yeah, it's kind of like it's either between the two. Let me see what they did in the World Cup though. I guess maybe we can go by that.
Yeah, because I've been in the Nations League and World Cup qualifying. They've basically just alternated between 4-3 and 4-2-3-1. But I mean, maybe there's probably a lot of that is probably experimentation. I'm not sure he would opt for the same strategy in the World Cup,
Yeah,
but probably one of the two formations.
yeah. So we're kind of a difficult pick here. We have to pick one or the other. Um,
I guess I mean 4-3-3 is more straightforward in my opinion.
yeah, let's just go with the 4-2-3. I mean, the 4-2-3-1 guys is not really too much different, except you just have one of the CMs be pretty much a cam, you know. So yeah, I mean, let's just go with the 4-3. It's easier to understand anyway. So you know. Anyways, let's move on to right backs now.
I'm thinking possibly Stanisic, Bayern Munich, but he's a bit young.
Yeah, it is a bit of yeah 22. That may be a bit too young. I
And he
I
can
can
also play as a centre back.
I could definitely see him making the squad. He'll probably be backup, but I think first choice might be a bit too much.
Yeah, I'm not. Vida can play right back, but I don't really. Is he any good anymore? I'm honestly not quite sure. He's a bit under the radar.
Oh, I know who could play right back. I forgot his name. Versako.
Oh my God. Yeah, for some reason he went over my head.
Yeah, and to be fair, I kind of forgot about him too. I was just looking at my phone, the foot mob, and he plays Olympiacos now, and I think he used to play at Atletico Madrid, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's probably why we didn't think of him, because he's not at Atletico anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, Versalco seems like a pretty obvious choice. But it's possible he might be getting a bit old, but then again, experience is not a bad thing.
Yeah, he's 30 years old. That's not too bad. Like age, it might be age becomes a problem when you're like 33 and that kind of age. That's a bit of a problem. But I think 30 is fine. And definitely the right back as you mentioned earlier, Stanisic. I think he'll definitely be back up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think also actually never mind. I mixed him up with someone else. Never mind. Move on.
Okay. Let's should we do this other left? Should we do left back, get the fullbacks out of the way, or you want to move to center backs?
I guess fullbacks first.
Yeah, let's just get fullbacks out of the way. Okay. So who's gonna be the left back?
I mean, could be Guardiol, but then again, he's also a bit inexperienced. So maybe Barisic at Rangers. I'm just throwing some names out there. I really am not sure.
Yeah, it might be Barisic. He's 29, so let's just go with him, I guess. I think Gabriel is more of a center back, not a left back.
Yeah, he primarily plays as center back, but he's capable of playing on the wing.
Yeah.
But at the World Cup, you just want to play your best position. So
you don't want to. Yeah, you don't want to use like inexperienced players. Oh, there's another right back we've got to mention. His name is Joseph Gernovich. He can play as a right back and as a left back.
Yeah. Wait, Gernovich, right?
Yeah, Gernovich. He plays at Celtic.
Yeah, so we could put him on the right wing and then the Rangers player on the left wing.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, then let's see. I'm trying to see any of the left backs they have. Then, okay. Wait, hold up. Is that the only left back? Only natural left back they have? This doesn't make sense.
Also have like Sosa or Sosa, however you say it, at Stuttgart. But
oh yeah, I forgot about him. He's Croatian.
Yeah.
Oh wow, he might be. I don't know if he's gonna make the World Cup, man. That may be. He's really young. Isn't he like 18 or something?
I mean, but he did get some playing time in the Nations League, so that indicates that Dalic is at least considering him for the squad. And keep in mind that there are 26-man squads, so I wouldn't be surprised if he makes.
Oh no, never mind. Sorry, he's 24 years old, so yeah, he could definitely make the squad. So. Definitely. Although it says here his primary position is left midfielder. He can play left back. So I was with the defense. So that's probably why I didn't see him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, I guess the backup left back. Let's just name real quick. So I guess we'll go with that Celtic guy, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just go back to the thing. Okay. All right. Let's move on to center backs now. Let's get the center backs out of the way.
How the hell do you like Kaletakar or something like that at Marseille?
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay. Yeah, 25 years old. And he plays in Marseille. Okay, that's pretty good. And honestly, this might seem crazy to say, but maybe okay. So yeah, center backs. Oh yeah, what's the other one you're gonna put?
I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. I honestly don't have a single name. I think Vida gets into the squad, but I'm not sure if he starts. Same with Pongracic at Dortmund. I'm not sure he starts, but I'm pretty sure he gets into the squad.
I feel like Vida. Ideally, this is what I say: is that you want to have an old center back and you want to have a young center back, so you could complement each other. The old one can help you with the passing, and the young one can be more aggressive with the pace. I think that's the ideal thing to do. So.
Yeah, and Vida. That's good points. So yeah, if we had to decide from those two, Vida is probably the way to go.
Yeah, it's even on this thing.
I mean, he did get some playing time in the Nations League, so he's not as rusty as I maybe thought. It's just that I haven't seen him.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just blind.
He was in the last World Cup, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I think he was at the Euros too.
Yeah. So let's talk about other names real quick. So we obviously got we already mentioned they've got Martin Ehrlich. He plays as well, so 24 years old. He'll probably be back up. Then we got Punkterich, another backup player, center back. And then obviously Josko Gabriel. Everyone's been talking about him. Everyone's like talking about young defenders to sign for their respective teams. They want to sign him so badly. Yeah, he's been pretty good, man. He's been really solid. I don't think he's going to start because he's way too young, 20 years old. But I think he'll definitely be in the squad, that's for sure.
Definitely, especially now that their squads have been expanded.
Yeah. All right, now let's move on to the midfield. Obviously, we know who's going to be the CDM. Actually, we don't know the CDM, but we know, actually, yeah, with CDM, I think we know, actually. It's pretty obvious.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know the three names that are going to be there. I'll say that much.
Okay, so who is going to be the... obviously, one starter is going to be Modric.
Yeah, and we're also going to have Brozovic and... what's the hell? Oh, Kovacic, of course.
Kovacic, yeah. Oh, that's a great midfield, man. That midfield is class. You know what Croatia's been really known for? When people talk about Croatia, is that midfield. Everyone talks about their midfield.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's
It took so long to get through the defense, but we just did the midfield in one single swoop.
Yeah, that's why we're telling you that everyone knows their midfielders by heart. Like, it's so like their names are so synonymous, and that's what they're known for. Like, when people talk about Croatian players, like, their midfielders are probably the most prominent. You know.
Yeah, and even there are also some honorable mentions that don't even make it here, like Pasalic at Atalanta.
Oh, Pasalic. Oh, yeah, this guy's good, man. This guy's great. And then obviously another player. Let's see.
Jakic at Frankfurt as well.
Jakic, yeah. And then
more of a defensive midfielder.
Then we got Brocolo, who is pretty much an attacking mid. I mean, he can't play as a left wing, so. Then we got Mayer as well, plays at Rennes. And then Sucic as well, very young, 19 years old, dang.
Vlasic at West Ham.
Oh, yeah. As well. So, yeah, this is a quality team, man. Quality team.
Or really gives you a wake-up call that they haven't really declined that much. They still have a lot of quality in the squad. They're by no means washed up.
I think the thing they've declined a lot is really... I think it might be down to the attack, to be honest, not really the defense, which we'll get into in a bit.
Yep.
All right, now let's move on to their forwards, man. This is where things get very tricky.
Yeah. Thinking Kramaric gets in there.
Yeah, which position?
On the wing. Not sure which though.
Kramaric. That is a good point. Well, it says here on FootMob that he can play as left wing. He cannot play right wing, so I guess Kramaric goes left wing.
Yeah. Let's hope the left wing doesn't get destroyed by Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, and then striker, obviously, Orsic, right? Oh, actually, it says here Orsic is a left winger and Kramaric is a striker. So let's switch things up, actually.
Yeah, and that's like you said, they really lack a clear striker, which is, as you mentioned, a real problem. So, as a Budimir, perhaps as a main striker.
Oh, okay, I can change that, I guess.
Actually, wait. Yeah, maybe your choice is better. I was just throwing an alternative name out there. He doesn't. Yeah, Budimir is more of an alternative.
Yeah, dude, I'm looking at the team and look at the forwards. There's no natural right winger. Yeah, that's the problem. Okay, let me see what they call. Let me see what they had in the game against France. So right wing they had Pasalic actually. Oh. You know, I guess we could do that.
There's a couple of names I'm not sure on though, on their current status for the national team, and that's Rebic and Perisic.
Oh yeah, I forgot about them. Oh my, yeah, they're still playing. I think. I don't think they're retired.
Yeah, I know Perisic. Didn't he just join Tottenham?
Yeah, he joined Tottenham. I think Perisic. Yeah, he's not. He wasn't even called up for the Nations League. I think. Is there like some kind of like dispute or anything like that?
Not that I can think of.
Let me see.
there are some Nations League fixtures in September as well, so maybe he will get some playing time
I mean,
there.
Perisic is a quality player, man. Like they can't like entirely remove him. Honestly, like I think Perisic should start.
Yeah, I agree. The only concern is if he hasn't gotten recent playing time for the national team.
Yeah.
But then again, quality players like him don't become rusty by just missing a few games. He's still going to be a quality player.
Yeah, let's just do the best 11 then in that case, because like you know, as I said, the forwards are we're a bit uncertain with. Okay, Rebic. Who's better, Kramaric or Rebic?
Probably Kramaric, but Rebic has a bit of an X factor, I would say. But yeah, I would go with Kramaric over.
Yeah, I would
Rebic.
go as well. And then right winger, who are they gonna put on the right flank?
I think Brekala and Orsic can play on the wing, but I'm not sure if it's the right wing.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm looking at this. They played Pasalic the right wing, which is a bit weird. Then who else?
Yeah, I mean, maybe that just goes to show that they haven't got any natural right winger, so they have to compromise.
Well, there is a right winger I do see. His name is Vinicic. He plays at Dynamo Zagreb, but he's 23 years old. I don't think he's too young to start. I think.
Yeah, but he probably gets into the squad.
Yeah, probably. I saw him play against Denmark, so that's why I put that shout. Dude, yeah, right wing. We have no idea, man.
It could be maybe Dalic will play.
Okay, I guess let's go with Pasalic because Pasalic is 27, so I think that's fine for him to start.
Yeah.
Okay, but yeah, we honestly don't know. So tell us in the comment section below because we're honestly very confused on who's going to start the right wing because I don't think there's an undisputed choice there. I think that's very much
even though
debatable.
We like to act like we know a lot, we are unfortunately not experts on the Croatian national team.
Oh, there's another keeper I forgot, Gernovich. He could probably be in the squad. I forgot about him.
Yeah, he gets in the squad, I agree, but Livakovic is still the given number one. From
Yeah, Gernovich will be backup then, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, man, as I said, man, it's crazy, man. Wow. This is a very difficult thing. So, as you guys can see, man, it's just the forwards we're really very much stuck with. I thought the defenders we were stuck with, but it's really the forwards. I think the forwards are the most question marks there. Because, like I said, man, Mandzukic was so important for Croatia in that 2018 World Cup.
He was, and it's also odd that Rakitic has retired. He did it so soon. I think he was 31 or maybe possibly even younger.
Yeah, I don't know why. Like, he should have stayed after. Like, I feel like this should have been his last World Cup.
Yeah, at least. I mean, it wouldn't be honestly be impossible to see him at Euro 2024 as well. I don't really like when players retire prematurely.
Yeah, but anyways, look out for Croatia, guys, because I think Croatia could definitely be an entertaining team. You know, because like I said, man, a lot of the players, you know, because a lot of people like to say a lot of their key players retire, which is true. But I still think Croatia is a good team, man. As we see in the Nations League, you know, they beat in France, they beat in Denmark as well. You know, it's very impressive. You know, away victories as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And Croatia, man, look out for this team, man. Look out for this team. So I'm really excited to see what Croatia does in the World Cup because I definitely think they'll be a team to look out for. And it's a very it's a good team, man. It's a good team. It's just a shame that the round of 16 is so difficult for them that it's like very unfortunate. Like I really wish like the draw wasn't like that, you know, for the round of 16. But it is what it is, you know. But hey, at least if they make the knockout stage, they can't really complain too much, right?
Yeah, agreed. It's gonna be they're not gonna reach another final, but Croatia they're usually entertaining to watch, and they will have a respectable campaign.
Yeah, definitely, and you know, and you know, it's really interesting. Just one last thing before we head off. Look at a lot of the players. There's not many old players on this team. A lot of the players are pretty young.
Yeah, it is an interesting blend of veterans and youngsters.
Yeah, like obviously Modric. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I mean it's usually a recipe for success.
Yeah, because obviously an ideal, you want to have like experienced players and obviously unexperienced. Because if you have too many experience, you're not gonna have that pace. You're gonna be too slow. But if you have too many experiencers, you don't have the mentality, and you don't have that what's the word called again? That mentality, as I said, and you just need a combination of both. And I think Croatia have done that very well. You know, and it's very hard. It's hard to find the right balance, man. You know. You know. So yeah, sorry for cutting you off. What were you gonna say earlier?
No, I already said what I was gonna say.
Okay, okay. So yeah, like I said, man, I think this is a good team. So we'll see what happens with Croatia. Do you have any final remarks before I head out for today?
Uh, I've already said everything I have to say.
Okay.
I guess I can repeat myself. Yeah, Croatia are good, but
Yeah.
they're not gonna reach another final.
Yeah, just
Unfortunately,
yeah,
because of
yeah.
the
Let's just
bracketology.
yeah, let's just give like another summary, I guess. So my summary is that Croatia will do good in this World Cup. I think they'll definitely. My early prediction is that honestly, I think they'll get second place. Because the thing with the other two national teams, like Morocco and Canada, Morocco, I'm just not. I just don't really. I just don't trust who's I forgot his name. His Bosnian coach. Forgot his name. Is Vahid? Yeah, I think it's Vahid. I just don't trust him. And for Canada, as good as they are, I really feel like this is a bridge too far. Like they're coming back for the World Cup for the first time in a long time, and it's gonna be very very difficult for them to do so well. And we've seen nations whenever they come back in the World Cup from a long time, like they struggle a lot. It's very hard to like, you know.
It doesn't work like Hollywood, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's not like Hollywood. But I definitely think the group will be competitive. Like this group will definitely be one of the groups to look out for. Like I think this is one of the group of deaths in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah.
For sure. And yeah, like I said though, Croatia should be managed to get second place with this team because they have a great team, man. I mean, look at this team; it's very well balanced. My only concern with Croatia, actually, what's your big concern with Croatia? Let's talk about big concern and big strength. Obviously, strength we already mentioned is midfield. What's the weakness? I'd say the attack's pretty much the weakness point of the team.
Yeah, that's a solid assessment.
Yeah.
Simply having their defense is good enough. Their midfield is excellent. So the question is if they can just convert the chances that they create. That's the big question mark.
Yeah, Kramaric, he is a good player, but like the thing is, like I don't know, I don't think he's that amazing. Like, let's be real, like he's a good player. Don't get me wrong, but like as we've seen with Croatia, like their forwards aren't very like clinical. That's the thing I've noticed is like they miss so many chances, and that's my issue with them.
And it's worth noting that it's not like their offense is bad. It's just that if we have to find one weakness in this good team, it is
the offense. Yeah. Like I'm not trying to say their attack is garbage. We're not trying to say it. We're just trying to say is that it's the weakest point of the team. And I look at other teams like Belgium and Canada. I'd say Morocco is probably on the same level as their offense with them. Maybe you could argue slightly better. I think Canada's and Belgium's attack is probably better. So that's going to be a huge hallmark for them is that they need to like be clinical because Croatia is a team that's not really known for their attack. It's more known for their midfield. So the few chances they do carve, they got to be clinical.
Yeah, they don't have Mandzukic anymore.
Yeah. And that's the thing I realize with other national teams. They have like a proven striker. Obviously, Belgium got Lukaku, who's really proven. We know how good he is. I know he's kind of a meme in the Premier League, but I don't care about the Premier League. We're only looking at international.
It's good for Belgium.
Yeah, we and then obviously got Canada. We got Lauren, who's been really good. Obviously, people like to talk about David, but Lauren's actually been taking more of the spotlight if you think about it during the World Cup qualifiers. And then obviously for Morocco, Endaziri is pretty much a striker, and he's good, but he kind of had a bad season with Sevilla, so I don't know what's going on with him. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. But anyways, thank you National Team Football for coming on here. I'll be linking his channel in the description below for you guys that want to enjoy more of his channel. He's definitely more of an international guy. He's definitely an international guy. He covers a lot more international content than probably I do. Make sure you guys subscribe to his channel. Of course, like this video if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you're new here to my channel as well. Comment down below your thoughts in the comment section below. Check out me my website, list in the description below. And remember, guys, if there's any Croatian players that we forgot to mention, please let us know in the comment section below because I can guarantee you there are probably some players we forgot to mention. It's just so many to talk about that it's natural for us to forget, right?
Yeah, we're only human.
Yeah, and obviously, comment down below your expectations of Croatia. So I think both of us are having them go out in the round of 16.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's going to be it for today. So hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.